have any more issues. I had to restart OBS. We lost all of our viewers because I had to research
I either will be working on that tomorrow or DM prep. I don't know. It depends on whether or not I have game tomorrow, which is kind of up in the air at the moment.
So hopefully we'll get the viewers back once the new live stream announcement goes back out. So,
hopefully, but whatever.
We'll fix it in post, right? Hi everybody, sorry about that. Apparently OBS had a slight issue with Roll20 because they don't like each other or something. I don't know. They figured they would just fight about it, and apparently neither one of them went. It was a draw. So I restarted both of them, and now we're fine. So we will get back to our gameplay. Mark, is your camera still off?
My camera is off at the moment, yes.
Okay.
But I will be turning it back on shortly.
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't something else. Like,
no, everything is fine. Nothing is broken.
Yes, everything is fine. It's all fine. We're all fine here. All right, so Jacoby, they lead you over to this area here. This big, nice, long platform where you meet. You see a building right here, and they're like, he's in there.
Are you all scared of him for some reason?
Yeah?
Why?
His fangs are huge.
Yes, but your fangs are bigger than my fangs.
Yeah, but his are way bigger.
I think you are being a little bit too scaredy cat about this.
Really? You're gonna go there? That's the best you got?
I think it was very funny.
Yeah. You can't. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I'll get you.
Okay, feel free at any time. I will head inside the large building.
As you enter, it reminds you of some of the seedier shops back home. Except this is full of quite literal junk. He's a junk merchant. And as you round the shelf, you're not quite tall enough to see over the shelf, but as you round the shelf to see the counter, you now realize why the children were afraid of him. He's approximately 7 foot and change. Has a huge muscular build and super long fangs that come out of the top of his jaw. And they hang down probably an inch past his lower jaw.
You are at the backseat.
No. I'm
That's
a
what
leading.
I figured.
I'm a leading.
I figured you were more likely like Jaheira.
Is there a problem?
Not at all. I was just led to believe that you were at the backseat by the teenagers. They must not know any better.
Oh, they think all cats are the same. I let them believe that because it scares them. It keeps them out of my store. It keeps them from pilfering things.
In any case, I was curious as to what all you have here and if there's anything that might be of interest.
Oh, I have all sorts of things. What would you like? I have just recently come upon a finely carved dagger. Would you like to see it?
We'll take a look at this dagger and see how well carved it is. Though, personally, I'm a bit more interested in things which shine very nicely. They work very well as a sort of a signal that I can give to people.
Oh, a mirror. He reaches in, he pulls out this small case, and he opens it up, and there is a bone-carved dagger that is serrated on the back end and looks deadly sharp on the front. It looks like it's made from a very large, it's almost short sword size, like it's in that sweet spot that it's still technically a dagger.
It's a knife.
Yeah.
It looks nice. I kind of fiddle with it for a little bit and kind of get the weight of it.
It is
Yes.
perfect. It's perfectly balanced and um, feels very very nice.
I tell you, this is definitely very nice. It's sort of slightly carved a little, much like your fang, made out of what looks like bone.
Ah, yes, yes. It's made from a raptor.
Yeah, raptor. I
Yes, you
cannot
know,
say I am too terribly familiar.
uh, bipedal dinosaur, huge fangs. Can't miss them. They hunt in packs. Um, they can kill a bear in several seconds.
I see. They must be very fierce foes indeed.
Well, they're not
Uh,
exactly fierce. I mean, I killed them to get that, but if you catch them alone, don't hunt them in a pack. Catch them, as you normally would large prey like that. Catch them alone.
I twirl the dagger a little bit in my fingers before kind of gripping it a bit and then placing it back in the case. Unfortunately, I find myself entirely already stocked full of all sorts of weapons as I pull up my short swords and kind of like fiddle with my bow a bit.
It's like,
So I
oh,
don't think an extra dagger is going to be all that necessary, at least not for me.
you said you like shiny things, like a mirror.
Anything that can give a good glint of the sun. It works very nicely for signaling.
Oh, there's some shiny things over there on the counter. They point some of the shelves. Are you looking for something more robust, larger?
No, something that I can hide very easily. Something that I might be able to palm very, very easily. Something that wouldn't be seen by the other people that I am attempting to not signal to. You know what I mean?
Ah, give me a moment. And you see him walk towards the small curtain in the back and goes, "Hey, where's all of our small shiny stuff?" And you hear, "It's in the back, in the big bag." All right, go get it. He turns to just be out in just a minute.
Of
So,
course.
so are you here just to shop, or do you want to, are you here for some other reason? You elves tend to always have some sort of important purpose when you're in town.
Unfortunately, I am not here in the respect of representing the elves at the moment. Myself and my traveling companions are currently in the midst of hunting down a very dangerous group of individuals who appear to have taken a liking to killing all sorts of people. As I understand, it is possible that they might have an eye on the Tabaxi at the moment. So I am attempting to do my best to fend them off and let them know that this is not going to be something that will be easy for them.
Oh, it won't be easy for them anyway. The Tabaxi are just as good as hiding as you are in the trees. They'll drop down on those poor unsuspecting bastards and slit their throats and carve out their jugulars before anyone will even know they're there.
I think they are aware of this. They are not unintelligent, our enemies. They are attempting to burn down the trees as opposed to coming through them.
Oh. Hmm. Is it close?
Yeah, the last attack that we were able to stop was about a good day's travel away from the city itself. So, fairly close.
Hmm. About that time, this old, pudgy lioness comes out and goes, "Here! Next time, get him yourself. I'm busy." She waddles back in the back. "Yes, dear. Anything you say." And he starts pulling
Your
small
wife
bits.
is quite charming.
Oh, absolutely. As long as I don't bother her, she's the flower of the garden. He's pulling out these little trinkets, and they're a piece of bronze, piece of glass, some crystals. That's about all I got. I mean, they're small; they should do it. And there's one that's like a clear prism, that's about the size of a cigarette lighter.
So I'm guessing the gold coin isn't in this selection.
No,
Hmm. One of my friends, they have a small disc. It is made of a yellow material. It would be good to have something similar, I think. Do you have anything like that? Probably
Oh.
about this tall, this large, very
Oh,
thin.
the kids told you about my flying coin, huh? Is that what you want?
I am not really all that interested in the flying coin, but the coin.
You see him reach down in his pants pocket and he pulls out this disc that looks just like Des's. And he's like, watch. He throws it in the air and it starts to spin in the air. Like if it had landed on the ground and were spinning, and it spins, and he's like, that's all it ever does. I don't know why. Then all of a sudden you see Des's coin come in the doorway, followed by Des and Andal.
I believe I know why. What
Uh,
might I be able to give you as far as a trade is concerned?
As their coins come in as you enter, Andal, you guys see this. The coins
Mhm.
spin next to each other for a second and then start rotating. Instead of spinning on their own axis, they start spinning around an individual axis, like between them, and then they merge together and solidify into a single coin, a thicker coin, but a single piece. And then slowly it falls, lands on the table. Oh, what did you do? What kind of magic is this? I'm not here to be cheated out of my goods.
No, it is not. It is not what we are attempting to do. It appears that there are a good many of these types of coins out there, and they appear to seek each other to some degree.
What would you say is the value of this good to you?
Jacoby will start digging into his pack, and he'll like take out a massive pelt and like plop it onto the onto the table and start unfurling it. It's a full dire wolf pelt. Something like this would be fairly useful as far as a cloak is concerned. It could be easily fashioned into something that you
No.
could use.
That's just a wolf pelt. This is magic. This is magic. I would need something of equal value. Something like, and he looks like just barely over your shoulder. Like that metal sword you have.
It is magic, yes, but you do not exactly know what kind of magic. As far as you are concerned, it merely floats in the air and merges with other coins. And you are not, from what I take, a traveler, so you will not be out there trying to find all of the different coins. It is of very little use to you.
Yes, but if it brings other coins to me, it would have much more value. Plus, you wouldn't want it if it didn't do something more than just float in the air.
True, but it could only be useful to us, as opposed to you.
I have something for trade.
Yes. What is it? Is it better than one of those metal swords? Because those I can do something with.
It's also magical.
It is. Well, let's see it.
I pull off the ring of water walking.
And what does this trinket? What does it do?
It allows one to walk over the surface of any liquid.
If you find yourself at a pond or a lake or anything along those lines, you will be able to traverse it very easily. As I understand, it also allows you to breathe in the water as well, yes?
Out of character, I think we changed it to a ring of water walking because we couldn't find a ring that allowed you to breathe underwater.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if we also gave it that property.
No, we did not. No, we not.
Okay.
We changed it because water breathing rings apparently don't exist.
You could homebrew it.
Yeah. He's like,
it could have just been a cap of water breathing, but in the ring form.
yeah.
But yeah,
Very well. Very well. If it does what you say it does, then we might have a deal.
Instead of mouth braces
Yeah.
of water breathing. It just...
Yeah.
I can trade this, or I have one other item.
Karna, come in here. What? Damn it, woman, get in here. About a minute later, she comes and goes, "What do you want?" This human says this is a magical ring that allows you to walk on water. Tell me if it's true. You see her walk up and she picks it up. She starts messing with it, and all of a sudden you see her pull out a piece of hide, and she holds the ring in one hand. You see her take her claw and she starts making runes into the hide. She sets it down. Andal, make an Arcana check.
Sure.
And Des can make one too. Des will make one too. Because if you don't know, she will.
That is a 23.
Of course. Des gets at least an 18 or higher. It's Identify. She's casting Identify. It's a weird way to do it, but you can tell that you do know that different people cast their spells differently. So yours won't look the same as anybody else's. So you can tell she's casting Identify, and she's like, "He speaks the truth." She tosses it in the air, and he snatches and goes, "Very well, then. You have a deal." Is there anything else that you'd like? As he pushes the impacted coins over to Jacoby, or towards not Jacoby, to Andal. He slides it towards you, and he's like, "Anything else you need?"
If Des would like that dagger, I believe we could probably make a trade for that as well.
Oh, it is a fine dagger.
But I think she already has some daggers, so probably it would be stocking up on something that she does not need.
What kind of dagger is it? Is it? I don't think I was in here when he showed the dagger.
Oh,
Do I see it now that Jack points it out?
yeah. It's still, the case is still there. The case is still open because he's trying to entice Jacoby to buy it. So he just leaves it out in the case. It's a bone dagger. It's basically the size of a Bowie knife. It's serrated on one side. Jacoby
It's finely crafted for sure.
Well, I only perform the best work. And I hunt the materials myself. It's no small feat to bring down one of these large reptiles. Though they are quite tasty. Much better than those bird things they eat all the time around here. Ugh. If I have to have Axbeak one more time for dinner, I swear.
It is, of course, up to you all if you would like it, but I believe the main thing that we are looking for, we have.
What do we? What does he value that at?
But you have to trade. Again, we trade in equal value.
Well, like
I
I
have
said,
something you want. Now, the hide, I could do something with the hide, but the hide's not quite enough. It's simply a wolf.
I have more. I take out 3 more wolf pelts.
Oh. These are all dire.
Only the large one is. The others are regular wolves.
You wouldn't happen to have anything from one of those scaly beasts, would you?
Unfortunately, no. Those sorts of things we do not come into contact very often with.
Because I could use some more. I could use some of those spikes or plates that they have. The spiky ones are hard to get a hold of. You have to find. You have to find a carcass because you're too big to kill by yourself. And of course, I don't like to share my profits.
Jacoby, are these types of knives something that are common to come by, even if it is of well-made?
Well crafted like this, I would say no. But as far as the properties, I would not consider it magical in any particular sense. So it is possible that we could create one ourselves, given enough time.
No, that's what I was asking.
You fancy yourself a weaponsmith?
Myself, no, but I do have a friend who would be quite capable of such a thing. I am sure you are aware of the dwarves' capabilities.
Oh, the dwarves. Well, this isn't metal. They don't work with bone. And metal is so scarce nowadays that they won't even sell it. You elves came with yours, and you won't sell yours either. So, those of us who don't have metal crafting have to do without.
Well, Jacoby, we have metal, so as soon as we find a dwarven forge, we can make our own knives. They'll be much better than these.
You are not wrong.
Tell you what. You have a nice rock at the top of your staff there.
Nope, I'm sorry, that's not for sale.
No one said
Magic
anything.
for magic, sir. And
Oh,
if you would not
that's-
allow for any magical
Oh.
item and a non-magical item to be exchanged, then
Oh, my apologies. My wife is the one that deals with the magical stuff. I apologize, my good sir.
I don't think the dagger is of that importance to us. Jacoby,
No,
we have
but
a...
I've been trying to get rid of these pelts for a while.
Do you have anything else? If only this one is dire and these three are regular, you would have to at least one more dire wolf pelt or something similar. And
Unfortunately,
toughness.
this is all I have, sir. I cannot give you any stuff that I do not have.
What is that you carry around your waist there?
He laid his dog into the bathroom, pushed his way into the kitchen, and was eating the mashed potatoes. They're not good for him, but.
I'm not sure what he's
he's,
pointing at.
he's pointing at your pouch, your poultice, your pouch with the
Ah.
poultice.
Oh, these medicinal poultices. They are useful in basically applying first aid to any wounds that you have.
Ooh,
I make them fairly regularly.
poultices. You wouldn't be willing to part with the recipe for that, would you?
It is something that is specific to the elves. That would be of immense value. You understand that it is medicine that you are asking for, and being able to replicate it even.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I would just take that and I would take these
I do not
pelts.
think-
I would take these pelts off your hands and get so you don't have to carry them anymore.
I do not think that the additional knowledge of the medicine that I could provide for you is worth merely one dagger.
Do you know what that dagger does?
As well constructed as it is, I can see that the serrated edge is made to cause a bleeding effect from a dagger mark that normally would not exist. It tears into the flesh a lot better.
Wait, yes, but the wound won't heal without magic, or maybe one of those poultices that you have, since they're elven magic, that herbalism that you all practice that some people like to keep to themselves.
If there is something else you might be able to toss on to the deal on top of the dagger, something that we might find use for, I could perhaps explain to you how to make these poultices.
One moment. He goes back in the back and hears some things being shuffled around and loud noises. Ah, crap, where the hell did I put that? I don't know where you put it. It's not my job to watch where you put the damn things. And you hear a couple more. He's like, fine, big help you are. And he comes out and he has a small pouch. And he's like, for the pelts and the poultice, dagger, and these. And he he's got a little piece of fur that's laid out on the counter. And he dumps out 6 metal arrowheads.
Metal arrowheads. I could definitely use those. And
They were pulled from one of those large reptiles. Apparently, one of your scouting parties didn't finish it off properly, and it wandered around with these in it for quite some time before we killed it.
mechanically speaking, real quick, what would metal arrowheads do over like stone or wooden ones?
You will always get these back.
Okay. So basically, I put those on an arrow, and those arrows will always come back. I will always be able to take
Yeah,
those out.
yeah,
That won't be a problem.
Yeah, those are ones because that's the issue with the stone or the wooden ones is the tips snap off and they're not sharp, and you basically have to remake the arrow over again because
Gotcha.
the shafts are normally almost always, but they tend to break the shafts as well. So that's why you're doing that. So these 6, you will have 6 arrows that you will always have and never run out of these 6. And if you find more arrowheads or find, end up with the dwarves where you can tell, show them how you want them made, you could get more replicated.
Good. I believe this is a fair trade then. I will write down exactly how to make these poultices. It's very simple. Only requires some natural ingredients that you can gather, especially in a forest like this, within the span of an hour, and you can make a good solid 2 to 3 of these. And you can continue to make them as you please. And I will write down the recipe for him.
Just don't eat the berries once they're applied.
Normally, they're not supposed to be something that you can eat, but when you crush them enough, it depends on how you make them. You're supposed to drench them in the berries required, but sometimes some of the berries come through and people decide they're going to eat them for some particular reason, even though they are covered in your blood. I do not get it.
Must be one of those elven things I don't understand. But very well. And he
Or a
closes.
dwarven thing, apparently.
He closes the case for it. He puts the arrowheads back in. He's like, pelts, recipe, knife, arrows. Deal is struck, and he sticks out his big, huge paw.
I will shake his paw.
Very well then.
He's got something in his mouth that keeps.
1
So
second.
I think our business is concluded then.
I believe so. No more reason for us to stick around here, at least not that I can see.
I don't know.
We
Our
still
gold
have to
coin.
do
Our gold coin has grown in size, it seems, when it joins with another.
did. That's quite true.
Okay, well, he keeps doing it.
I'm curious as to how big this coin can get once it's combined with all of the rest of them.
Or he gets forgetting something he's not supposed to.
Well, there's that.
Still,
That's what we
believe
did with
that
kids.
will
The more we
do it for all of the shopping that we have in store for us. In the meantime, I believe it is probably good to regroup with the rest and get a good idea as to how we should move forward. We should also consider speaking with the what appears to be the leader of this city to discuss how we can help them with the invasion.
So as you guys are walking out, Andal, you feel your pocket getting warm.
Interesting. What's in my pocket?
The other coin.
The coin. Oh, the coin that I have.
Yeah.
Is it seeking to join with the other coins?
I don't know. It's in your pocket.
I will take it out.
It's vibrating. You can feel the warmth of it. It's like it's starting to get blurry, kind of like the Flash does when he phases through something.
I'll allow the coin to do whatever it needs to do.
You let go of it, and it drops to the ground, rolls over to desk, flies up, impacts the other ones, and melds with it again. So now you have one that's 3 coins thick. And Des hears something in her head, but I can't tell her. She's not here. So we will go to Piper and Oscar on their trek.
Kind of dryad, apparently.
So the 2 of you and Bob are happily whisking your way through what is a beautiful forest that seems to get deeper and deeper. The trees get closer together and closer together. And then you enter this grove that has small, beautiful flowers and this humongous oak tree. Make a nature check for me, both of you. Piper, you know it's an oak tree. Oscar, this thing is thousands of years old. Like, this is not just like something that's been around for a couple hundred years. This is, back when the dwarves started building Dragon Guard old, right? And you see two shamans. You see the shaman and what appears to be two apprentices standing near it.
We took a tree.
What was that? You cut out at the beginning there, Piper.
Oh. Hi there. Can we talk to the tree?
You're about 100 yards away from, like, it's in a huge clearing. Oscar, you were looking up. What did you want to say?
Just looking up, sort of assessing the growth and how strong and sturdy all of the branches are. I'm just going to sort of relate to Piper, like, meeting was definitely here since the Draconic Age. It's possible that it was here even before my people started building Dragon Guard Keep. If any tree in this forest is home to a dryad, I would bet it was this one.
Go and talk to her.
So you guys approach the tree. That one of the apprentices goes, "Master, master, master." He turns around. "Oh, the satyr and the dwarf. How can we help you?
To that tree.
You want to talk to the tree? The tree doesn't.
Yes.
The tree doesn't speak. I'm
Have you
afraid.
tried to talk to her before?
I come here twice a day.
But do you talk to her?
I talk to the tree. I talk to the goddess Nadara.
It
Oh,
is
no.
possible that the tree speaks differently than you speak to Nadara. Piper is from the Feywild, and that is where her people are from, and they speak. What was the name of the language that you speak, Piper?
Speak Sylvan.
Oh,
Sylvan.
I-
So she might be able to speak to the spirit that we think lives within the tree.
And I will speak Sylvan and face the tree and say, "Hello, I'm Piper, daughter of Sunflower. My people come from the land of eternal spring. May we speak?"
Piper, give me a persuasion check, please. Piper and persuasion, huh? That's how that's going to go. You see the side of the tree shimmers for a moment, and a beautiful dryad steps out. And then Sylvan she goes, "A satyr! Oh, I haven't seen one of you in so long. What brings you to my grove?"
Piper, this is Oscar. We come to seek your aid. You're very, very pretty. There's a fire forest that is coming here, and we came to warn you and to ask for help to please bring rain to stop the fire and stop it to destroy the forest. We need to save the forest.
Well, it is wonderful that you've come, and a dwarf as well, come to my grove. This is so exciting. But, fire is good for the forest. It helps it regrow.
Oh,
Brings away the-
I know that, but this fire is not natural. It was caused by horrible dogs with two heads, and they started scaring all the animals, and they tried to kill a bear before, and yeah, it's really bad.
A bear?
Yes,
What kind of bear?
a grizzly bear, very big.
Did you notice if he had a scar on the side of his cheek?
Oscar, did you notice if the bear had a scar in its cheek, the one that was attacked by the dogs?
Would either of us have? Should we roll like intelligence or
Uh,
perception? Maybe like
it's-
hindsight.
Yes, perception. Oscar, yeah, you saw a big, deep scar running down. It was not fresh. This was old.
I think so. An old scar. It seems like a neighbor that has lived here for a long time, has seen many winters, and
Oh,
thrived.
oh, you met Big Paw. If he was fighting them, they must be bad. But I can't leave my tree. But I can
Why-
help.
Oh, perfect.
But I'll need you, and she leans closer to you, Piper. I'll need you to do me a favor. Because the kind of thing that you're asking me for is going to let other people know that I'm here. I've been hiding for a long time, as you know. But since you're a protector of the woods and the forest itself, you will be perfect for it.
You.
I need your word now. There's a creature that lives in the lake near the mountains. It doesn't like me. It's been hunting me for a very long time. If you could go make it go away and leave me alone, if you could kill it for me, then I would most definitely be grateful enough to cause it to rain.
Question. What is the creature?
Oh, it's scary. It's got big fins on its back and this huge mouthful of teeth and big eyes and scaly claws and tentacles and just, oh, it's so ugly and it's so mean.
How big is it?
Oh, it's bigger than a bear. It's probably as big as one of those big tree eaters.
Will I know if I run nature? Will I know what she's talking about?
No. It's not natural.
Okay. Okay, so
If you give me your word, then I'll make it rain, because I know that you'll keep your word.
I will keep my word of trying to kill it, but I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to do it. How soon do you need it then?
As soon as possible. I'll make it rain. I'll protect the forest, but you have to promise to do this. If you promise, then I'll do it.
What do you say, Oscar? She needs us to kill a big creature that lives in a lake that has tentacles, eyes, and fins, and sharp teeth, and is bigger than a bear. Because it's been hunting her and she's too afraid to help us, otherwise, these things will know she's hiding here.
I do not know much about creatures that live in the water. I do know that we fought those creatures in the lake on our way here. If it is something that is similar to those, it seems like something that we might be able to do if we all work together. I will not speak for you, but if you give your word, I will give my word also.
Ooh, the word of a dwarf. That is like being carved in stone, isn't it? That lasts forever.
And Oscar just blushes and keeps his eyes on the ground because Piper has warned him.
Okay, so let me give you my word that I will try to hunt this creature at the best of my ability.
Oh, that is perfect. And she gives you a big hug. Oh, that is so great. And I will make it
You're
rain.
so pretty and
Oh,
smell so nice.
Oh, thank you. And can you give the message to the little guy for me? Can you tell him that I know who he is? Because that is so nice. It's so good. That would be so grateful. And she goes, and she lets go, and she steps back, and she goes, I have work to do. And she steps back into the tree.
The dragon, I think she knows who you are. Or
I would assume
the,
Bob.
I'm assuming it was for Bob.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, Bob, who are you?
I'm Bob.
No, the dragon said that she knew you. That she knew what you are. Who you are, actually.
Well, yeah, I'm Bob. There's like 1,000 of us everywhere. I mean, they're all over the Fae. I mean, if she's ever been to the Fae, she's seen 10 of us at least.
Going to check that.
Bob's. You think he might be being a little shifty, but it's hard to tell because he doesn't have a mouth, so you can't really gauge his body language at all. But maybe there's something there. I mean, you do know that most creatures in the Feywild have secrets.
Yeah. That's why she inside checked, because like, yeah, we keep our secrets very well. Okay, Bob. Keep being mysterious. It's part of your charm. It's part of all our charm.
Yep, it sure is. So let's go
Perfect.
back.
Okay.
It's at this point where Crumble's Druidcraft would show him that it is going to storm. Not just a little bit.
And oh, Oscar, I have an idea. Let's tell Andel that we didn't find the dryad. Well, that we find the dryad and she told us to dance.
Yes, I was thinking much the same thing.
Yeah, that we need to dance in order for it to rain.
That she danced with us. That she
That's
ended
my hobby. Yes.
Instead of would require 6 people to do it.
Yes. We all need to dance.
So back to Jacoby and Andel. So what are you guys doing now? Because I don't know. I don't know if Des would tell you. This is one of those things I don't know if Des would tell you or not.
Sure. If you tell Jess what she knows, then we can deal with that. But we can't really. I'm not going to deal with that without her here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what else do we have to do in the Tabaxi village? We got the coin, which is why we came here, and maybe I should say this in Andel's voice. We've gotten the coin, which is why we came here, and the only thing that we have left to deal with is this raging forest fire. And I'm not really sure there's anything we can do about that in particular. What is on our agenda next, Jacoby?
The only other thing that I want to make sure is that the Tabaxi are going to remain safe. That is my main priority at the moment. We found the coin. That is the main import. But we also know that even though it was not our original intention coming here to ensure that they were safe, they are currently in great danger. So, we were told that there were people coming from the south, and as well as people coming from the north. And we'd like to do a bit of scouting to see how far away the attackers are and see if there's some way to drive them off.
All right. Well,
by the way, have you been seeing the Tabaxi ladies? They are very lithe creatures, are they not?
I honestly haven't been paying attention. I've had other things on my mind, Jacoby.
As Jacoby mentions this, Andel, you do realize that no one has seen your lioness friend since you got here.
Didn't Jahira go with the Tabaxi to see what they can do about the fire.
As far as the hunter was concerned, I'm not entirely certain what she was going to be getting out of that.
Nor am I. Perhaps we should catch up with Piper and Oscar and see what next steps we can take to help protect these people and find out more about these gnolls and the connection to the Snake Clan.
Probably, yes. It would be good to gather everyone together. We should probably try and make sure that everyone is on the same page before we take any sort of action, as per usual.
Agreed.
So
Jacoby.
Yes?
Never mind. Perhaps that's a conversation for another time. Be sure not to mention what you mentioned to me in front of Piper. I'm sure that it will be a conversation that will be for an immediate time if that happens.
What?
Your attention to detail about the Tabaxi females. Even if that is simply a passing interest as a fellow scout, Piper will not take it that way. She never takes it that way.
This is a bit of a red mark that starts to generate on Jacoby's face. It is purely an appreciation of the fact that they can move throughout the trees very easily and very well, even better than the males at times. It is interesting to see how different the two can be sometimes, is all I am trying to say.
Edel puts a hand on Jacoby's shoulder. You say whatever you need to say. Just don't say it in front of Piper. That's all I'm saying.
as you guys are having this conversation, another scout comes up and goes, Master Elf. He kind of bows a little bit. Your prisoner has awoken and is causing some distress. Perhaps you should see to it.
Is the apprentice who is capable of communicating with him, is he available? Or she, or whatever?
Yes. They're waiting for you.
Okay.
They're waiting for you at the tree, at the main tree.
Andel, why don't you not collect the others, and I will meet back with you once I get all the information that I need from this gnoll.
Perhaps we should all be there for that. Or
I do not think. If you are worried about what I am going to do with the captor, as far as I am concerned, he is the Tabaxi's property once I am done with it. Or she. I am not certain how to tell the difference between those.
I am more concerned with the methods by which you get the information. Use deception, use whatever implications you need to, but I am still of the opinion that torturing a creature leads it only to lie to cause the torture to end.
In normal circumstances, I agree with you, and we are in a controlled environment where there is no chance that we are going to be begat upon by enemies, at least not in the immediate future. So, I will use more subtle tactics. Psychological.
That's all I ask. Do what you need to do. I'll find the others.
I will head with the Tabaxi to go talk to our gnoll friend.
And Des and I will go find Oscar and Piper.
So you and Des get down. Jacoby, you head over towards the cart, and you head over towards one of the hunters, and they said they went over there and they should be back shortly. So you guys start wandering that way, and in probably about a half an hour, you guys meet. Piper and Oscar coming back. Jacoby, you head over to the cart where 3 hunters have the knoll on the ground with spears pointed at him and are yelling at him to not move. And he continues to growl in a language that nobody seems to understand, and it seems to be fruitless on both points.
Is he tied up in any way?
Unless you tied him up, no.
I will proceed to tie him up to ensure that he won't be a problem.
While you're tying him up, a small female tabaxi comes up with robes. I am Alonza. I was told you need my translation abilities, yes?
Yes, thank you very much for coming, Alonza. I am in need of getting information out of this knoll. It's going to be very important towards saving your people from a future attack. How good are you at translating very quickly?
Oh, it's very simple. She reaches down into her pocket and she pulls out what appears to be a small greenish stone. She goes, just hold this and you'll be able to speak to him.
I just hold this and I'll be able to speak with him?
Yes.
This is quite impressive.
Don't tell anybody that's how I do it.
It's an impressive thing to have, regardless. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yes, but if somebody steals it from me, then I won't have...
I won't tell anyone, no worries.
Okay. And she kind of backs away. And then she kind of makes some movements with her hands. You look like she's casting a spell, and you feel yourself feel invigorated. You get 4 temporary hit points.
Nice.
She casts aid on you.
So I have
There. And she
I
goes,
have the knoll tied up.
yeah, she goes, there, that should work.
Yes, of course. That should work great. I'll keep a hold of the small crystal and just kind of like palm it in my hands as I'm just like interlace my hands together. All right. Can you understand me, little knoll?
Yes. Stupid elf. What do you want? Bet you learn to speak our language.
I would be very careful if I were you. You are in a very delicate situation right now. You're not exactly among friends.
What you want?
I want all of the information that you could potentially give me as to the methods by which the Black Snake tribe is attempting to attack these lands.
Who?
Where did you get those multiple-headed dogs?
They're mine. I raised them.
Sir, what is your name?
Grillclaw. Pack leader.
Sorry, what was that?
Grillclaw.
Grillclaw. Grillclaw. Let us put all of our cards on the table, so to speak. My name is Jacobi Don Harold. I am fairly important as far as the elves are concerned, and you are currently amongst one of the most important places for the Tabaxi. So, let us be super clear. If you do not cooperate with me, I cannot guarantee your safety in any particular sense. The Tabaxi here would very quickly believe that it is necessary to get rid of you. Your people probably are going to consider you a danger for having been captured alive. Do you have family, Grillclaw?
Oh, I have my pack. Why? I'm not afraid of these stupid cats. My clan will
Perhaps
come
you
here
are
and
not.
crush them.
Perhaps you are not. I believe it is possible that your family, your pack, is very important to you, though, yes?
But the pack is everything. Bone
These
Snapper.
Tabaxi going
Bone
to be
Snapper
very
pack is greatest pack.
These Tabaxi are going to be very upset that your pack is going to be held responsible for what you have done so far. As it is, I could make sure that your pack is not seen as the perpetrators of the attack on the Tabaxi, and as such, you could be held safe. Your
Ma,
people, your pack,
my
could
pack,
be safe.
my pack is coming with others. They will come here. They will rid this place of these stupid cats, and
Maybe.
we will find what we want. The master
Well, thank
says
you
we
very
must
much
have
for that information. I assume the others are the Splastic tribe, yes?
snake tribe. No,
The humans with the black snake on their hands.
no, these are the dog people.
The dog people.
Yes, big dogs, wolves
Uh,
and wards.
I see. Do you know if they are working with anyone
They work with us.
besides you?
Kind of gives you that head tilt. Besides us, no. It's us and them.
Hmm.
Stupid elf. What not you get?
There are some people out there who are very interested in subjugating any and all people, including, of course, your tribe, as well as perhaps these dog people you mentioned as well.
No. See, we have hunting lands here. We're going to take hunting lands.
Hmm.
Us and dog people going to hunt here. Stupid cats not get to live here anymore.
So, what made you believe that now, of all times, would be a good time to attack the Tabaxi? What gave you? I'm sure you have been around for quite some time. You've been wanting these lands for quite some time. But why now, of all times?
Because the leader said so. He said, take these new dogs. I take new dogs breathe fire. New dogs set forests on fire. Who needs stupid trees?
Ah, and who might this leader be?
The leader of my tribe. Smash Face.
You have very intricate methods of naming yourselves.
What that
Thank
mean?
you for that information.
What that
no,
what
do
what
not-
what
don't
that
worry.
mean? What that
Do
mean?
not worry
It's-
about it. It is a
what-
compliment.
it's-
I think
it's-
I think the way in which you name yourselves is very interesting.
How your name is
Jacobi.
Yakid? That's stupid name.
Perhaps a more apropos name would be Slice and Stabber.
Oh, Slice and Stabber. Oh, see? That's good name.
In any case,
But your teeth not big enough. You don't have no claws. You still stupid
no,
elf.
instead I use these as I just kind of take my blades out for a moment before sheathing them again.
Oh.
Those are my Slice and Stabbers.
Oh, you elves have metal. It's no fair. We get metal soon. Then you'll be sorry.
Now then, there are some people who are to the north of these lands that are interested in also attacking. Do you know anything about that?
Probably because they hate cats too.
Maybe. Seems a lot of people hate the cats. Are you certain that you are the only people that are working alongside these dogmen?
Pretty sure.
Okay, so you do not know any more than that. Very good.
Did you kill my dogs?
We did.
Stupid
But they
people.
were not your dogs. You said that they were given to you by your leader.
Yes, to train. Now they're my dogs. I'm pack leader. That's what I do. I hunt
Well,
with the dogs.
That
And
pack is unfortunately
I did
quite
not-
dead.
I did not get stupid hyenas. I got big dogs with 2 heads. You know how good 2 heads are? They can kill 2 things at once.
So the rest of your people tend to use hyenas.
Well, yeah. Why do I have to explain things to stupid elves? Is there somebody smarter than you I could talk to? You got somebody that's got a snout, maybe some claws.
Not in this. Well, actually, Oscar might be somebody a little bit more on your level. Um, But as it is, I am unfortunately your only avenue for communication at the moment. And you telling me useful things is very important towards making sure you are able to safely go back to your people.
See? Good. We come to agreement. I told you what you want to know. I go home now. Thank you.
I am not
Actually,
finished with you, of course. I still have
Wait.
more questions.
What more questions? That's dumb.
Well, unfortunately, there is a lot of things that I do not know because I am so very dumb.
Fine, hurry up. I'm hungry. You got food? Can I eat that?
I shake my head slightly. Unfortunately, we need talking while eating is extremely rude. So after you are finished. Now then, where did your people meet these dog people?
You know that rock kind of looked like goat head, and then you go past that rock, and then past that rock is the tree that looks kind of like a stupid dwarf on his head, and then past that is the big pond, and then right past the big pond is the cave that's got dog on it. It's got Knoll carved on top. That's where we meet.
Utilizing my Outlander feature, where I'm able to kind of like perfectly recall places I've been and things that I've seen, like landmark wise, is this information I might be able to track?
You could track it. This is not any place you recognize. This is not inside the Elven lands or inside the Great Forest.
The first bit, at the very least, with the rock that he mentioned, is that something that I would be able to do to recognize?
You would be able to. Oh, so you don't know it, but if you were out wandering around and saw one, you would know what it is. If that makes sense.
Is that far? Is that where you all live, or was it somewhere else?
That's where we live. Well, where we used to live. We live here now.
Why do you live here now?
Because all the cats going to be gone. This is our house. This is where we live now. We
but
just
when the kids
just in the way.
So you're leaving your home to come here. What is wrong with your home?
In a cave. No food in cave. Food here.
I see. Why? This is pure curiosity on my part. Why exactly is it impossible for you all to work alongside the cats?
He starts barking like laughing like a hyena. And he's like, and he continues for a good couple of minutes. Oh, wait, you serious? You want us to work with cats? That's funny. See, I told you, you stupid elf. Who's the smart one here?
Why exactly do you hate the cats so much?
I gotta come to bed soon. He owns the bed now.
Huh? Why do we hate? Because they're cats. Like what the? Do you not? Wow. Do you not have cats and gnolls? Like gnolls hate cats.
I sort of eye the apprentice that has been sent to help, and I just kind of like rub my brow a little bit. Personally, I am quite a big fan of the cats.
She can't understand. she's just kind of standing back. She's been standing probably about 15, 20 feet away from you the whole time. Like, yeah, spell's working good.
But,
she gives you.
This is irreconcilable. You just hate the cats purely because they are the cats. There is no reason behind it. They're very good.
Yeah. Plus, they keep all the good food. See, it's two reasons to hate them. They're cats, and then they keep all the good food.
And my people have been able to trade with the Tabaxi without a problem.
But you live in trees. What kind of idiot lives in a tree? The tree fall down, you fall out of the tree? Did you break an arm or something? That's stupid. You
have been very insulting so far, and I have not insulted you once since we have begun talking.
But you live in a tree. I mean, how dumb is that? Like the tree fall over, the wind blows, you fall out of the tree, you fall and break your leg.
Regardless.
Then the shaman comes over, tells you you're no good for hunting anymore. and then there you are up on the sacrificial block, like like 3-Paw. Stupid guy. Glad
This
to
is a
him,
lot
not
of
me.
information. It seems like a personal problem. So let us just backtrack and make sure that I have all the information correctly. Your people have begun working with the wolves that you have met in the cave that you used to live in, who have agreed to help you in destroying the Tabaxi land so that you will be able to hunt them.
Uh-huh.
You know nothing about these humans with the black snakes on their hands.
Nope.
That is entirely beyond you. You hate the Tabaxi because they are Tabaxi and they keep all the food. Anything? Was there anything that I am missing from what you have told me so far? Aside of apparently the very strict culture that you live in, wherein if somebody is incapable of hunting them, they are put on a sacrificial block.
No. That seemed about it.
Okay. So, one more question.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who leads the dog people?
Big guy carries this cool looking sword thingy.
He is also a person.
Yeah, he's a dog person. Like he runs the dog people.
I didn't know you were there.